having an accountability partner, Laura pulls me in so she can ground me or balance me when I'm looking at having a too big of a goal for the amount of business I have going on. And the same with your professional life. Jim, when you were traveling, if you had this big goal that you said you were going to do this week, but you were traveling 3 of the 5 days, that's where an accountability partner would come in and say, whoa, Jim, hold on a second. Is that really realistic? Can you really accomplish that when you will be traveling for 3 days? So that's what's great about your accountability partner. They give you a different perspective.
Mm-hmm. So that you both have been accountability partners for 7+ years now. So MJ, when you're designing your goals going into a new year, or even if you're picking your word of the year, which we just talked about in the last couple episodes, are you working with Laura? Because she knows you a lot better with that time. When you plan out your goals, are you working with Laura saying, these are some of the goals I want to establish? And then Laura can say, hey, MJ, with your travel and all your this and everything else you're doing, this is not a realistic goal. Does that happen?
It definitely does happen. So when we do our year in review, we review the prior year, and then we list goals we want for the upcoming year. And then we go over those. So we have an overall 2022 goals, a bunch of those. And then we break them down into 12 weeks. We do a 12-week plan. So what are the goals we will do for first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter? But we do go back and forth with our goals because, yes, there will be times where Laura will say, is this really possible? And like last year, Laura was having I hope, Laura, it's okay. I mentioned your 2 surgeries. She was having, yeah, just realized, I should have asked you that ahead of time.
Oh, HIPAA. Yeah.
It was her year to have 2 surgeries. So she was concentrating on health. And though she had some big goals around books, it wasn't really realistic for her because there was recovery time and rehab time in there. And I apologize, Lori, didn't ask that ahead of time.
No worries. So I had knee surgery. It was pre-scheduled, wasn't trauma, but I did underestimate how much time and energy PT would take. I want to just comment, Rudy said celebrate those little wins, because the dopamine hit, absolutely. You get those little dopamine hits from the anticipation of completing something or doing something, and that definitely, completing it spurs you on to keep going.